there is literally a ton going on. There is more things going on than any of us can comprehend. And this is what I've talked about at the exponential age. I've said we've only got 6 years, I think, to kind of sort out and make as much money as we can before the world changes so much that we can't truly even understand it anymore. We don't even know what business models apply, what work we do. Now, I'm not saying in 6 years' time everything has changed. What I'm saying is in 6 years' time, things will be changing so fast that it'll really create an uncertainty. I think it's even now hard to even build businesses. We've kind of got financial markets to ourselves for the time being, but before long we have to share it with AGI. And the opportunity set changes yet again, and we figure out new ways of doing things. You see, I think a lot about AI. I think a lot about AI and what it means, robotics.
The world is on the brink of a massive shift, and everything we know about business, finance, and investing is about to change. That's the latest prediction out from Raoul Pal, a macroeconomic expert and CEO of Real Vision. Pal argues that we are entering the exponential age, a period of rapid technological advancements that could reshape the global economy in ways we can't fully comprehend. Now, this comes with both good and bad implications. On one hand, the rise of AI and breakthroughs in fields like robotics could present a huge amount of opportunities. Businesses that could adapt quickly would see massive growth, while individuals who position themselves strategically could benefit from new ways of creating value and wealth. On the other hand, as technology accelerates, entire industries could be disrupted, leaving many traditional business models and job roles obsolete. Now, make sure to stick around until the end of the video as Raoul Pal shares how the latest technological advancements are about to change everything. Also guys, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you enjoy staying up to date with finance content, consider subscribing or liking the video. It's free and you can always change your mind. Now here's Raoul Pal on why everything is about to change.
I'm going to give you some of my thoughts, how I'm seeing things in the exponentialist playing out in this world, because as ever, David and I said the same thing over and over and over again. It's moving really, really fast. It's moving beyond anybody's comprehension of how things are happening. So firstly, exponentialists, we talk about in markets, we're just in the start of the banana zone. That works for crypto, it works for technology. So overall, the portfolio is in a kind of set it and forget it phase where it should start to really perform well. We'll see how that plays out over the next 2-3 months. I think it should be a very strong period because liquidity is on tap. The Chinese are printing money, and the central banks are cutting rates. Most of them should join in. So we should getting exactly the picture that we've been looking for, that the Everything Code has been giving us. For those of you who are pro-macro investors, you'll know everything about the Everything Code. So what is interesting to me right now, I think a big thing, I wrote about it on Twitter and I'm not sure, well, I was interested in the response, which is that people are still not using GPT fully. So the new voice mode, advanced voice mode came out last week. The current ChatGPT, so in fact, I can probably show you the current one. Let's see how this works. Let me just ask it a question. Hey, wonder if you can help.
Got it.
Are you
referring to a device taking a while to boot up or something else in particular?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, do you know my thesis around the exponential age?
Yes, you're deeply focused on the exponential age and how rapid technological change will transform industries, economies, and even human experience. From what I gather, your thesis revolves around how technologies like AI, blockchain, robotics, and biotech will disrupt legacy systems at an accelerating pace. This shift is going to create exponential opportunities, and understanding these trends early can offer massive advantages in investing and business. You often tie this into macroeconomic frameworks, seeing technological adoption curves as similar to financial cycles, with inflection points driving exponential returns. You also highlight how decentralized networks and AI will fundamentally reshape finance, governance, and societal structures. Is that the direction you're thinking, or am I missing a key part?
No, that was perfect. Thank you. When you look at all of these technologies together, I think it's more than Metcalfe's law. It's more like Reed's law. Can you explain what Reed's law is in context of this?
Exactly. Reed's law is a great framework for thinking about this. Reed's law, proposed by David P. Reed, suggests that the utility of large networks, particularly social networks, scales exponentially as they allow for the formation of smaller groups within the network. Essentially, it says that the value of a network isn't just based on the number of connections, as in Metcalfe's law, which looks at network effects based on connections between individuals, but it grows exponentially as it enables group formation and collaboration. In the context of the exponential age, Reed's law applies to how various exponential technologies like AI, blockchain, and decentralized systems work together in networks and create new possibilities that multiply far beyond linear growth. These technologies allow smaller, highly efficient networks or ecosystems to form within larger ones, increasing the overall network's value by orders of magnitude. For example, blockchain doesn't just connect people, it enables decentralized financial systems, governance structures, and even DAOs.
Okay. If that doesn't blow your mind, then you are made of granite. And that is the old version. The new version is completely fluid. It's so fluid that you can interrupt. It goes, oh, yeah, I get that. And so you can have that natural conversation with it. Obviously, there's also the new reasoning devices, so you can really dig into any topic. I use it for research all the time. I use it for helping manage people at work or even helping manage my wife. It's so useful for psychology stuff. You can get it to write marketing plans, all of that, but just by speaking to it. So that's the breakthrough here. It's very painful to be typing all this stuff out, but when you can just speak fluently, you end up with something that's so powerful. It's having, now this new model has an IQ of 120, right? The average human has 110. So everyone says, yeah, it's smart, but not that smart. People are completely misunderstanding. It's a polymath. It has 120 IQ in every single known subject in all of humanity in every language. Yeah, get your head around that. And very soon will be an IQ of 100, 200, 400, 1,000, and it keeps going. So anyway, for you to become an exponentialist, you need to be using these kind of tools. And the new advanced voice mode is something really, really profound. But that's not the only other profound product that I saw that's at mass availability. The other one is the test of Google Notebook LM. Now I've barely played with this, so we're going to do this in real time. It may not work. You never know, but I'm going to give this a go because when I tried it last time, my jaw was on the floor. So Google Notebook LM. So I can upload files and it's basically a very super smart note-taking system, but it does other stuff too. And I haven't even got around all of the things. You can give it video files, websites, copied text, Google Docs, Google Slides, everything. But what I'm going to do is it will make podcasts of your notes for you to help you interact with them. So I'm going to load this month's GMI. Now, it's loading now. It's going to give me a podcast to talk about what's in GMI. Now, virtually nobody's ready yet. Only got published an hour ago. So you guys are going to peek behind the curtain. Let's go. Watch your jaw drop.
Welcome to your deep dive.
We're digging into this really dense report today from Global Macro Investor.
It's called GMI October 2024 Monthly Read. And let me tell you,
got some bold predictions in it.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the banana zone?
I have heard that phrase.
That's what we're going to untack today.
Right.
The banana zone is basically...
it's the report author's way of describing their outlook on the global economy.
And let's just say they're feeling pretty optimistic.
They're predicting a period of potentially explosive growth across a whole range of markets.
Here, this optimism,
it all seems to hinge on
central banks going full more cowbell.
Okay.
To borrow the report's phrasing.
Basically, they're predicting
massive influx of liquidity into the global economy.
But this isn't just some
like rah-rah, everything is awesome forecast.
Right.
They do back it up with some reasoning.
They do.
Yeah, they see a few key factors converging
that give them confidence in this whole banana zone prediction.
Okay.
First, they point to easing financial conditions globally.
They're arguing that things are starting to look up
with signs of a potential resurgence in the business cycle.
So not just more money sloshing around, but actual signs of economic life, like returning.
That's the idea.
Yeah, and they see this as a global phenomenon.
Not just limited to one particular region.
In fact, they emphasize the interconnectedness of the global economy.
Highlighting how actions in one area can have these ripple effects elsewhere.
The example,
You saw me. I loaded 120-page, 17,000-word GMI, and it created a two-way discussion by AI people with a very deep understanding of that document. Most of that document is graphs. It can read all of the graphs and understand what they mean.
As Raoul Pal showed us, the speed at which AI is developing is mind-blowing. Advanced AI can perform complex tasks more efficiently than humans, from processing data to creating detailed reports, which means that businesses can automate repetitive tasks and focus more on innovation and creativity. People could take this as a chance to boost productivity, learn new skills, and even explore entrepreneurial ventures that wouldn't have been possible before. Raoul Pal believes that those who are using these AI tools will be able to stay ahead of the curve. After all, AI is just getting started and will keep getting better. This means it will become a bigger part of our everyday lives and jobs, so it's important for people to learn how to use it well. Now, let's go back to Raoul Pal as he discusses another advancement that can certainly change the world.
The other big idea that I've been looking at is I'm sort of obsessed with this idea of left curve, right curve, mid curve. And I realize how easy it is to fall into the mid curve, particularly with technology. And I see mid-curvers are arguing about, in fact, I'm going to find the page in GMI because I've got a nice little image that I want to show you, because this is definitely mid-curve versus right curve, mid-curve versus left curve, right curve. And I'm going to talk about another one that I actually wrote about in GMI as well. So I'm giving you alpha that you shouldn't really have, but because I love you, you can have it. This is the left curve, right curve. So left curve is, oh my God, this machine thinks, right? But the middle curve is language models can't reason. They're just parroting words from the data. They can't analyze their biases. They're not even very good at poetry or physics or whatever the thing is, or mathematics. This confirms a culture war talking point, blah, blah, blah. And the bottom is the left curve and right curve. It simulates thinking. So it's thinking. And that, I think, is very profound. I think this is a truth that we all get in the middle in semantics and pedantics, and it's unnecessary to do so. So there's another variation of this that I found myself in the trap of, is we are all kind of talking a lot about energy sources. And it was Elon who said something. He's brilliant at left and right. And he just said, the largest nuclear reactor we will ever need as a species is already in the sky. It's the sun. It's nuclear endless fission. So one of the mid-curve arguments is, well, density of energy source matters. Well, it does and it doesn't. It does because the sun is the densest energy form of all. It's just a bit further away. But what it creates is unbelievable abundance of energy. Okay, so maybe abundance is more important than density. That is the densest source. It literally is the largest nuclear reactor in our solar system. In fact, it's named after it. The solar system is named after that sun. So then Elon put out a tweet and he's like, once you understand the Kardashev scale, you realize that solar is going to scale to everything. And that was like, okay, is the Kardashev scale. And when you look at it, it's what type of civilizations we are, type 1 civilization. But the Kardashev scale is a theoretical framework for measuring the technological advancement of a civilization based on its energy consumption capabilities. It was proposed by the Russian astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev in 1964. The scale is divided into 3 primary types, subsequent extensions suggesting additional levels. Type 1, planetary civilization. A type 1 civilization can harness and utilize all the available energy resource of its home planet, including geothermal, solar, wind, and other forms of renewables and non-renewable. Energy output, approximately 10 to the power of 16, 10 to the power of 17 watts. Example, humanity is currently at about 0.7 on the Kardashev scale. As well as we're developing technologies, it's a logarithmic scale as well. So basically saying is that everything we ever need, we've got. And when Elon went through the numbers of, okay, what surface area of the world do we need to power the entire United States? It's like a small fraction of New Mexico or Arizona. And so you realize that when you go live in Elon's mind, you stop using the mid-curve, well, that can't be done, and what about batteries? And you go into the If physics says it's possible, then it's doable. Anyway, so these are things I like to think about is it stops us forming narratives based around political opinions or opinions that we hear from others and forces us to think a little more broadly. And when you find that you're arguing why something can't be true, and yet the laws of physics say it can be true, just not been solved yet, you realize you're probably in the middle of the curve. And again, Elon does this a lot, and it's really irritating that he's so good at doing this. I literally don't understand how his brain works. I've never seen anything like it. And, you know, he may be a total dick, but oh my God, his ability to go back to first principles, not in a way that Silicon Valley talks about first principles, but his basic thing is, what does physics say is possible, and work from that. I just find that all very mind-blowing. And talking of the mind-blowing stuff around Elon, obviously we've got the unveiling of what the robo-taxis is and what else. I mean, Elon says this will be one of the greatest product launches in all history. I have no idea what's up his sleeve. And obviously it won't be ready to go to market because Elon stuff never is. I think it's something to do with the robots plus the robo-taxis and that kind of AI robot stuff. I mean, don't forget, a lot of people talk about this now, but Elon's Grok 3 is trading on the largest GPU cluster in the world. And Dojo is scaling up for the cars self-driving. So the cars are now, as far as I can see, giving updates every week or 2 weeks. And he's like, you have no understanding how fast this is going to happen because Dojo is such a vastly massive supercomputer and it's all being trained on this. Meanwhile, he's created one of the largest GPU clusters in the world and is scaling that up. It's not fully ramped up yet to train Grok 3. I already use Grok a lot because it covers current things and you can search Twitter and it's just very, very good. I mean, I'm mind blown by Grok.
Recently, Elon Musk revealed new and mind-blowing innovations from Tesla at the We Robot event. The Robovan can carry up to 20 passengers and is fully autonomous, featuring no visible wheels or steering wheel and a system that adjusts its height for rough roads. The Robotaxi is a compact, two-seater car with gull-wing doors and no pedals or steering wheel, designed for self-driving and priced under $30,000. Lastly, the Optimus humanoid robot is equipped with advanced AI to perform various tasks, including assembly line work and caregiving. Just from these three technologies alone, we can already see an incoming major shift toward a more automated world. That is why Raoul Pal wants us to learn about these changes now while they're still new. Knowing about these new technologies and trends can help us make smarter choices, not just with our money, but with our lives in general. By paying attention to what's happening in areas like cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence, and clean energy, we can get ahead and take advantage of new opportunities the moment they come to us. Because in a fast-changing world, having the right information can give us a big advantage in avoiding risks and finding new ways to succeed. Anyway guys, before we go, if you want to stay most up to date on the crypto and Bitcoin world, make sure to subscribe to my daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's a concise resource for the latest expert predictions, breaking news, and top on-chain analysis, trusted by over 50,000 subscribers for insightful crypto investment information. Don't miss out on the opportunity to stay informed in the crypto market. The link is in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and that it provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.